Hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of StephenMail. If you missed the last episode, we are bringing you mail every single day until it's caught up, which we've done in the past. So brace yourself. Lots of mail is coming. Let's jump in. First letter is from...
Catherine in North Bay, Ontario.
Yep, Ontario.
Yeah.
You know, I say Ontario, and I know it's wrong.
You say a lot of things that you know are wrong.
I know, but the bad thing is, eventually... you just say that instinctively, and it's not like a joke anymore. Like, it's in your head. Like, for a long time, I said sausage as sassage just because I thought it was funny. Like, oh, that sassy sassage. But then I legit started saying sassage, and I had to, like, start training myself not to say sassage anymore. Anyway, this letter says, Dear StephenMail, this is the first actual letter I have written in years. I hope the weather where you guys are is nice. And it is very nice right now. We're finally starting to get beautiful weather again. I'm currently making my way through your Skyrim LP, and I have to say that House of Horrors quest just freaks me out. How you didn't run from the house is beyond me. I don't know if you know anything about tarot cards, but I included my most influential cards as well as some other stuff for you. Since I've quit my job, I'm hoping to make it through your Skyrim LP, vlogs, and your Twilight Princess LP. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short. If you go to PAX Prime next year, I will see you there. I will see, well, this year,
Yes.
I'll probably, we're gonna try and go to all of them, so we'll probably see you. From Catherine. P.S. As of 2 days ago, Pokemon Coliseum is now 7 years old. I'm feeling old. P.S.S. Say hello to the boys and beware. Your occupation can cause carpal tunnel. Don't wait like I did. I actually had really bad carpal tunnel syndrome, like not syndrome, but symptoms in high school. I ran into a lot of that, and I found that a lot of it had to do with my posture with typing. Mm-hmm. I've since tried to correct that through college, and I've never had any other problems. In high school, like, I had serious, like, it hurts, but I haven't run into that, and I feel grateful. My dad actually had carpal tunnel syndrome, and they had to operate on his wrist and stuff, and he had to go through therapy, and his right arm actually doesn't work quite as well. I don't know if I've ever said that on them.
You haven't, because I didn't even know.
Really? Mm-hmm. The more you know. Anyway, Catherine, thank you for the letter. And Catherine also includes...
I had wrist pain once when I played clarinet, but since I've stopped playing clarinet, I don't have anymore.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Catherine also includes a recipe for cheese wild enchiladas, which sounds fantastic. Also adding
It has
wild...
a moose in it.
Moose burger. 2 pounds of moose burger.
I don't know where we're going to get moose burger here, but...
That's fascinating.
we can get it in Wisconsin, I think.
Huh. I would eat moose. Anyway, this is just yet another recipe that comes with the little slip that you have to sign. If you're not familiar, I was right last mail episode 1205. Watch day 1205. It'll give you all of the details. We are making a cookbook and you can submit recipes. And included is some Pokemon cards. We got Zorua, Zoroark, which is the evolution here. And then we also have Whirlipede, and I guess that's BB's Search. Although I'm always going to read B-E-B-E as Bebe, because there was a really terrible show. I guess the show wasn't so bad, but they made a Super Nintendo game based on the show back in the 90s, and it was really, really bad. And we also have a Pokemon trading card game.
Matt?
Yeah, it's a mat. I don't remember what you would call this, but it's like your play area. You can have up to 5 Pokemon on the bench. You have an active Pokemon, 6 prize cards. If you can get all of your prize cards, you win the game. And you get the prize card by knocking out a Pokemon. I know how to play the game. Don't know if you knew that.
Here.
And these are coins that you have to flip for heads and tails in the Pokemon trading card game. And then here is the tarot card. And this is the Sun. And it's really interesting because I'm actually most familiar with this from Binding of Isaac. Is that
Yeah.
Is that bad? In Binding of Isaac, you run into tarot cards, and they do like different effects. Some are good, some are bad, and that's actually how I'm most familiar with this card. And she also signed it up here. Anyway, Catherine, thank you so much for everything because there's so much here. I have to say though, out of everything that you sent, I am most excited at the possibility of trying moose. I don't know how we're gonna do that because I don't think we can get any here. At least I don't.
There's no moose. Here.
Imported somehow. But I am excited to try it. So thank you very much. We're gonna move on to the next letter, which is from
Thomas in England.
Warning, long letter. Dear StephenMail, my name is Thomas Ashwell and I'm a longtime viewer of yours. First of all, I would just like to say a very late congratulations on your two's marriage and also on 1,000 days of the vlog. I started watching the vlog around the time of the Chugga Conroy vlog on a frantic search to find his face, like a lot of people. But I've been watching since then and want to take the journey. I really enjoy watching the vlog and you actually inspired me to make my own. I started YouTube on the 16th of November in 2008 and I used to make little shorts with my friend Ben. I've since moved on from that and started making Let's Plays. My channel is Mario Madness 12 and I would really appreciate it if you could maybe watch a couple of my videos and give me some feedback, be it positive or negative. Anyway, back on topic. I started Let's Plays a few years ago and at the point of writing this I have completed 9 of them. I'm currently Let's Playing A Shadow's Tale, Super Mario 64, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, and Halo Combat Evolved. 4. He actually writes in parentheses, yeah, 4. I'm also taking part in a Versus of Pikmin with a fellow Let's Player and friend, Billy, Blue Tanuki. I really enjoyed Let's Playing and I would like to say that you were an inspiration. Although my original inspiration for Let's Plays were Emil, after my first LP I lost inspirations. I since found Stephen Vlog and then Stephen Plays, and after watching your LPs I once again regained that spark and it kept me LPing. So I would like to thank you. I especially enjoyed watching Stephen the Mouse series. I've watched Donkey Kong Country 2 and Brawl, and I am planning to watch Sonic Generations. I'm also currently watching your Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green, and I love the artwork. Back to my original point. You and Mao were actually my inspiration to start doing my own vlog. I made a second channel, MM12 number 2, a while back to host my Pokemon trading card game openings and other videos. I started my own vlog and I'm currently on day 159 of writing this. Good job!
Mm-hmm. It's an accomplishment.
Get accomplishment. I caught you on it. I'm sorry I had to rub it in. Getting past day 100 is a barrier. Once you finally get past day 100, it gets a lot easier. I use a similar style to you in the fact that I have the titles of the video pop up on screen as I say them. I hope you don't mind. No, it's okay. Dan stole it too. I really want to thank you and Mao for this inspiration and hope that you keep up the vlog for a very long time. As I mentioned, you two were my inspiration to start the vlog, so I would just really like to say that it would be an honor to meet you in the future. I do plan on going to PAX in a few years. At the moment, I'm only 17, so sadly I don't have the money to go, but I've watched your PAX vlogs as you've managed to make me really jealous. Thanks, Stephen. I also live in England, just so you know. Although it says it in my address, I don't know why I felt the need to point this out. I think you've gathered by now that I ramble a lot when writing letters, although this is the first letter I've truly fully typed up. What was it like to meet Chugga Conroy, Nintendo Capri Sun, Proton John, Josh Jepson attacking you know what, Tyler, and everyone else? I'm a part of the LP community, and it's funny because I pointed out your flaw, but then I just moved past mine. I'm like, Tyler.
You murdered yours.
I murdered mine. I murdered Tyler. I'm part of the LP community, and I really hope to meet everyone in the future and possibly do a collab like the Smash 64 tournament you guys did. Just to briefly answer that question, they're normal guys. I guess it's maybe because I do the same thing, but I don't see them like as celebrity status, and also Emil I've known like for years. They're just really cool guys that like to play games just like I do. I just realized that if we did meet up, it would be Vlogception. Oh yeah, but you gotta put the... Yeah! I'm sorry. I've also started wandering around college saying I'm Jitters, in the Jitters voice to random people. I think I may have a problem. I would now like to ask you a few questions if you wouldn't mind answering them. Number 1, this one's kind of odd. Where do you store your camera when walking around? In your pocket or elsewhere? I was wondering because when I vlog outside the house, I have the camera weighing down one of my pockets. I keep it in my right pocket. My phone is in my left, my camera's in my right. And
you always have like a little sleevey.
That is actually
pocket
I call it a sock, but it's the thing that my Flip Ultra HD came in way back in 2009, and I've held on to that.
It's just like a little bag made of...
It's a little it's a drawstring bag. I put it in there just to protect the screen, but I mean that's not really required. I just tried to use really lightweight cameras, and the Canon 300 HS ELPH is what I'm using now, and it's really lightweight and it's really nice. It's actually lighter than the Flip. Number 2, how long do you plan on Let's Playing, and also how long do you plan on keeping up the vlog? Currently, they are my full-time jobs for the foreseeable future, so...
For the foreseeable future?
For the foreseeable future. I mean, if there's a major change, either in, I don't know, my health or someone else's health, or the way YouTube works or the way YouTube pays people, then there could be a change. But right now, I'm running with it, I guess, is the easiest explanation. Number 3, I live in the UK. Would you recommend I move to the States? My family has been contemplating it for a while. I vacationed to Florida 9 years in a row, but we've never been anywhere else. I would personally like to move to Seattle, so I'm near PAX and a bunch of LPers, or to Myrtle Beach near you. I can't really recommend the States over the UK just because I haven't spent a lot of time in the UK. We've been to the UK, well, I've been to the UK once. She's never been, and I was only there for a handful of days, so I am not the good person to ask. But I like the States. I mean, I don't...
Yeah.
I mean, looking at other places to live, I would say the United States are up there. I don't know if it's near the top, but it's up there. I would say it's up there.
It also depends really on where you live and what weather you're used to and what weather you'd like to see.
Yeah, although the good thing about the U.S. is that there's such a wide variety.
Here it's like hot and muggy and...
I mean, of everything. Like if you're looking for particular weather...
Seattle's most like England, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Number 4, would you recommend I get a Mac? I use a PC at the moment and it's been pretty good, but we use Macs at college and they are just so quiet. If Macs versus PC doesn't really have anything to do with quiet, I mean, there's definitely quiet PCs. I feel bad sometimes recommending Macs because essentially Macs and PCs are like the same hardware. It's just Macs are more expensive and the OS is different. Personally, having used Windows for a very long extended period of time and having used Mac OS 10 for an extended period of time, I prefer OS 10. You may also prefer OS 10. You would have to try it to see if you like it, but I mean, it's just really expensive.
When I switched over, it was like a breath of fresh air.
I kind of agree to that, and it's like, I don't even think Windows is bad. It's not a bad OS. It's just, I really like the way OS 10 does things. I mean, that's the best way I could explain that. Number 5, how are Sagan and Kepler?
Crazy.
A little crazy right now, which you may have gathered from the rest of this mail video. Number 6, how do you record the StephenMail videos? Do you use 2 separate microphones? Yes, we have 2 separate headsets. They are fed into a splitter, which then go into the TV for the headphones so we can hear the game so it doesn't interfere with the mic. And we run the mics into a splitter into my computer and we record both of our stuff together. Downside is that we're in one track so we can adjust our volume separately.
And I'm quiet.
Upside is that it's more convenient and saves time. But you can throw a compressor filter on it and it fixes everything. So I just do it that way. And then at the very end of this, it says, I'll probably think of more questions after I send this, but they'll just have to wait. Once again, a final thank you for inspiring me to continue Let's Playing and to start my own vlog. I hope you keep up the vlog until the day you die, but don't upload that. And I hope you keep up Let's Playing. Sincerely, Thomas Ashwell, also known as Mario Madness 12. P.S. Sorry for no art or gifts, I simply don't have the time, and that is fine. I love leathers. I really love long leathers, and the problem is videos don't love long leathers because like if we get a few then the videos get super long, but I appreciate it, and mail is going to be changing, and I feel like I mentioned this a lot, but continue to send in long leathers, not a problem. I'm gonna read them, and you know, if you include questions or key points that you want me to talk about in your letter, just mention it and we'll still continue to talk about them on StephenMail. It's just, I guess like a letter this long wouldn't be read in completion. It wouldn't be the entire thing.
We like reading them.
We like reading them. It's just the videos end up being really long. Not a problem for me, but a lot of people like to watch shorter videos and I understand that. Thomas, thank you for the letter. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you talk to someone else who is more informed about both the UK and the States that can tell you a more straight answer, because I don't feel like I could give you a good one. We're going to move on to the next letter, which is from
Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Sydney, Nova Scotia.
No name.
Or is it from Sydney? Yeah! Dear StephenMail, hello, true believers. My, how time flies when you get your letter read. Now, on to the letter. I'm glad you got the magnet. That was something I just grabbed off the fridge and I loved your reaction to it. I think I might have started something. Anyways, when you get this letter, it will most likely be after Christmas is crossed out and it says PAX East. If this was the case, how was it? This will probably be answered in the vlogs. If so, just state the day numbers. Well, I'm sure you've probably seen them by now, but it was great. I loved it. I tried Jones Soda for the first time. Bought the bottle from my local Sobeys, a regional grocery chain, a few weeks back. Update. Had a few of the other flavors. Some are better than the others, like the calorie-free vanilla bean. Tasted different. Took a sip of green apple and I loved it. It actually tastes like you're drinking an apple, except with fizz. In this letter, there will be a tracing of Sailor Moon. Yeah, I'm a dude and I watch Sailor Moon. Something caught me about the series and I was hooked instantly. Now, this begs to be asked. Did a series ever catch you into watching it obsessively? Sailor Moon did that to me, but I was born a Star Trek fan, which... Did I mention I was a Star Trek fan? Yeah? Okay then. Here's how that happened. I was born into it. My mother, who I got hooked into watching the vlog, is a Star Trek fan, but not to the level I'm at. I'm looking into getting the Blu-ray set of all of the movies, including the new Trek. I'm also into doing text-based role-playing. In the sim that I'm in, I rhymed, I play the chief doctor on a ship that's exploring the outer reaches of space, which is set during the Star Trek Online time period. Neat, eh? Okay, well, before I continue reading, because Joshua actually has a pretty long letter, I just wanted to say that you're not alone in liking Sailor Moon. I can't say that I'm like a fan of Sailor Moon, but I remember actually watching it a lot when it was on, because it came on before Dragon Ball Z. And I would get home in time to see it. And like there was nothing else on, and it was a cartoon. I was like, okay. So I actually watched a lot of Sailor Moon. And I know you've seen a lot of Sailor Moon. Yeah. Speaking on pizza, I love it. I find that around here on the island of Cape Breton, the family-owned joints have the best pizza. Donaires, it's a thing, look it up on the Wikipedias, and poutine, but I always gravitate back to home-cooked pizza. It is the best, although it's slightly expensive for us to make for the simple reason that my mother loads it, and I mean loads it, full of meat and cheese. It is seriously amazing. Oh, I think I just made myself hungry. On to the games. I enjoy a little bit of everything, but I did gravitate towards the Final Fantasy XIII series. I don't know how, but it just hooked me. Other games I enjoy are GT5, Gran Turismo 5, and anything with Tiger Woods' name on it. Mom got me hooked on that as well. In closing, I've enjoyed your musings on life, video games, and those crazy cats. I swear that Sagan is the spitting image of my Ellie. Anyways, enclosed is another recipe. Of what? I have no clue until I have a look, but trust me, it'll be good. Live long and party hard, Joshua. P.S. On YouTube, my name is JoshyBoy1983. PBS, 4 pics are enclosed. One is all of my kitties, and the other 3 are pictures of them separately.
Okay, this is
Beanie, who is 8 years old. Beanie! And this is Ellie, who is 2 years old, or Elle.
Looks like Sagan. That's the one.
Yep. And then we have Smokey, who is about 10 months old. And then here is all of them together. I love kitties. I love kitties, and I love seeing pictures of other people's kitties as well. And Joshua sends a recipe for cinnamon swirl coffee cake. Just fantastic. That sounds awesome. Thank you. And here is the tracing of Sailor Moon. Very nice. And I don't know. I would like to watch Sailor Moon sometime, especially for the fact that Mao has talked about wanting to go back and watch it because she remembers.
Are they redoing it?
I think they already did. Didn't they? It's just only
for the anniversary.
Something like that. I think I've said it to you even on camera before, but I'm willing to level. For every episode you watch of Dragon Ball Z, probably Kai, I'll watch an episode of Sailor Moon. What do you think? Sagan likes it.
Think about it.
You should agree. Anyway, Joshua, thank you so much for everything. We're going to move on to the next letter, which is not from Sagan. Hey, buddy, why don't you go back down here? He wants to be the center of attention. Can't say letter. Package for today, which is from...
Oh, I'm opening it.
So Andrew. Excited. Andrew in Wiggins, MS. Do you know what MS stands for?
I do. Do you?
Yeah, you go ahead, Mal. Do you know?
Mississippi.
Correct. Is that? Yeah, it is. It is Mississippi. MS is Mississippi. I know. You don't know. Dear Stephen and Mal, my name is Andrew, and I have been lurking around your vlog for a year. I originally found your vlog looking up how to play Magic. Then I found it again when I wondered what Chugga Conroy looked like. The final time I found you was through Minecraft. It was at that point I said, YouTube wants me to watch this vlog. That was when I started the journey. I am so glad I did. I did not watch a vlog, but an amazing journey. Never had I laughed so hard, cried, or craved random foods. I know you may be wondering my YouTube name, and that is Can Film Productions, with a K at the beginning. I was officially Stephen knighted on day 1153, Flame Butter, ironically a Chugga vlog. I never planned to send anything until vlog 1209, when you had said that you had Mario Party 7 but no case. Since you have done so much for me, I wanted to help you, Stephen, so here is the case with the manual. Oh, wow, awesome. Thank you so much. That case has been a running gag between me and my friends. We despise Mario Party and hide it at each other's houses. If you look in the notes in the manual, you will see where I once gifted it. I know I have written a lot, and if you have struggled reading this, I apologize. I do have a question for both of you. Stephen, have you ever read Walter Murch's In a Blink of an Eye? I ask because it made me, as a film student, respect editors even more. And Mal, have you ever thought of doing a Mal vlog day of your own or your own LP? Thank you both for the chance for us to experience your life. Give Sagan and Kep a pet for me. P.S. My favorite vlog days. I am Dan. Cool Ranch Tacos, yes. And Wikipedia Taco Bell. Thanks again. Read the manual. Well, first off, I'll answer your question. I believe we've actually talked via message or email, but I have not read Walter Murch's work. As for Mal doing her own vlog day, she's done a few in the past, here and there, and her own LP is not going to happen for a while because she's too busy with her own job, so she's just going to help me. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for the letter, and let's take a look at this manual. First off, thank you so much for the case in the manual because that's awesome. And inside is a signed Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. It says Andrew there at the bottom. And I actually had this because this was back whenever I was still playing. And here's the manual for Mario Party. And in the back there are notes. And it says, from Andrew K. Happy birthday, Pat. Hope you have a great party. And then it says, happy late birthday, Stephen. I'm the dentist. That's awesome. So it's actually kind of interesting because this has history. They said that they didn't care much for the Mario Party series and they continually hid the game in each other's houses. And now it has an eternal resting place in our home. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that because now we have
a case.
We have the actual case and the actual manual, which we love to have. So Andrew, I do appreciate it. For everyone who sent in mail today, thank you so much. If you'd like to send us something, be it a letter or a package or a recipe or whatever, you can go over to the channel page. There's an About tab, click that and it'll show our address. Send us whatever you wish, we are excited to get it. With that being said, we are done with this episode of StephenMail, but there will be more tomorrow. Stay tuned.